Got an unboxing here, and I'm going to do some size comparisons on this package that just arrived from Knife Center. Let's open this up. Open it up with the Delica. And yeah, it is a Spyderco and is an exclusive to Knife Center. This is one of their models in CruWear and Smooth G10. And actually, this is much smoother than the Smooth G10 on an earlier knife that I bought in this series from them. I'm surprised to see that. I will include that in the comparisons at the end of the video, so you can see the difference. Yeah, quite a significant difference actually visually. All right, so this is the Manix 2 XL in CruWear and Smooth G10. Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. CruWear, as you likely know if you're watching a video like this one, is a tough steel that is not entirely stain resistant and that sharpens easily and holds a good edge. It's from Crucible Industries, and it is a particle metallurgy steel. Sorry for the shaking there. I'm repositioning my tripod. Right, so this is the XL version of the Manix. I have here somewhere an original Manix, which this is not the Manix 2. This is the OG Manix, original Manix. But it's as you can see that the XL is a bit bigger, but not, you know, a ridiculous jump in size. If we look at the blades, got a little bit of tip chipped off of this one, but open, that size difference is a little more apparent. Both of these have the 50-50 finger choil, right? So this is nominally a 3.88 inch blade, but we don't have that much edge because we've got tang and finger choil taking up some of the blade length. Full flat grind versus the saber grind on the original. And this, of course, is a plain edge as opposed to that serrated edge. But right now, this is available only in plain edge. I don't know if there's going to be a Knife Center CruWear version of this in serrations, but I doubt it, based on the previous line of CruWear and Smooth G10 models that they've released. Yeah, let's do some more size comparisons. Here it is next to a Benchmade Bug Out and Reptilian. Okay. A lot bigger than either of those. If we want to see some Benchmades that are comparably sized, we're going to need to turn to the Adamas, which is almost the same size. A little bit more edge, a little bit less blade, oddly enough, because again, a lot of the Spyderco is taken up by a lot of the Spyderco's blade length is taken up by the finger choil before we get to that plunged line and the grind begins. The Adamas, it doesn't have a choil, and there's not much ricasso or anything taking up space here, but it is a little shorter from here to here, but from there to there, the actual sharpened edge is a little less on the Manix 2. This is a pretty good comparison because these are the same materials, G10 and CRUWear. Notably, the Benchmade is coated, whereas the Spyderco is uncoated. I think coating makes a lot of sense with a steel that is not stainless, not truly stainless. This will develop a patina, which, you know, might look cool. And there is a little bit less drag in the cut when you have no coating. So there are some reasons that you might want to not have a coated blade, even with a steel that can take some corrosion. But I think my preference generally with this material would be to have a coating. The Adamas, just a little bit thicker in hand, a little bit chunkier than the Manix 2 XL. This is also smoothed down G10. This is sanded, but it has more jimping and has holes drilled in it and grooves cut into it. There is jimping up here on the back of the, and also jimping. There's quite a bit of jimping on this actually. So you should have a pretty locked in grip regardless of the smooth scales. Another big Benchmade that would be sort of in the ballpark of this Manix 2 XL would be the Crooked River, the full-size Crooked River, okay, which is even bigger. At least it has a little bit longer blade. It's not, I guess the overall length is about the same, but definitely more edge on the Crooked River. Continuing with size comparisons. Let's see, we had that Delica out here. Obviously the Delica is a lot smaller. What about an Endura? Yeah, similar sharpened edge length on the Endura, but a lot smaller carry profile, a lot lighter. Okay. How about a Paramilitary 2? Yeah, you can see it's quite a bit bigger than the Paramilitary 2, which is going to be even a bigger disparity when compared with a Para 3. Here's a Para 3. Okay, and how about a Ontario Rat 1 and a Rat 2? Closer to Rat 1 in terms of edge, sharpened edge, but bigger overall. And a couple of other big sort of chonky knives. How about the Spyderco Shaman and Cold Steel Recon 1. Okay, I think the comparison with the Shaman is interesting because we've got kind of a similar blade shape, and the Manix 2 XL is definitely a bigger knife, but in terms of usable edge, sharpened edge, it's not a huge difference. So you know, you could carry the Shaman, which has a compression lock, which is comparably strong to the ball bearing lock in the Manix 2, and it would be a little less cumbersome in pocket, and also that has a the contoured handle probably the Shaman would be my choice for an EDC over the Manix 2 XL, generally speaking. Although there are, I mean, this is a cool knife, and there are definitely some unique features to it. I will try and do a little longer actual review of this knife once I've owned it for a while and spent some time with it. Today is just an unboxing and size comparison video, but I hope that is helpful. I wanted to make one more observation about the texture on this Manix 2 XL, the texture of the G10 handle scales. This is KnifeCenter's exclusive combo of CruWear blade and smooth G10 scales, and they are really very smooth. In this example, you see a little bit of the texture still evident from where there before they sanded it down, but it is pretty much flat. You see a little bit up here. Compare that with, this is the CruWear and Smooth G10 of my sample of the Yojimbo 2, where you can see a lot more of the texture remaining. I mean, it doesn't feel like much. It feels pretty much smooth. These feel almost the same. You're not going to be able to tell much difference by tactile sensation, but you can see they didn't sand as deep on this. Compare that to the regular Yojimbo 2 with G10 that is not purportedly smooth, right? But if you compare these two side by side, these are both supposed to be the same, materials, smooth G10, and they look quite a bit different. Just an observation.